and so tough. And then as I got to know Hufflepuffs, I was like, actually, the Hufflepuff should have been on hard, you know? But I played story instead, where they was like, oh, play story mode where we focus on a story. I was like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, because as you're playing Hogwarts, you'll realize there are stories inside of your story that you guys don't follow. I remember going to certain huts and houses and thinking, because they're definitely not flats, so into certain huts and houses and noticing things and wondering, like, who lives here? What's the story here? Then when I played Hufflepuff story, we walked through the story. Now, I don't know if that still would have happened if I wasn't on story mode. I really couldn't tell you. But since I've played the game before and finished it through on like normal and hard, because my Slytherin girl, I have her on hard, which hard was hard because you have to react like that so fast. That's the difficult part, is my eyes take a second to register what I'm seeing. So I need like a nanosecond to process, to click, okay, I have to do Protego. The same time that I'm processing is when you have to hit it. So I had to really pick up. Now I've gotten accustomed to hard, and I've learned to process quicker and react faster and stay on ready. You know, I was kind of getting ready and preparing when Protego would come up. Now I'm just prepared for Protego to come up. Okay, so this time on my pieces that I played it before, I was going to do all of them on story mode to see if there's any details that come up in story mode that we didn't get in like a normal or hard that's kind of focused more on battle. And I was going to make them Devereaux, which, if you didn't know, is my favorite last name. I heard about it when I was watching Golden Girls when I was 18. I had never heard of the name Devereaux, never met a Devereaux until Blanche Devereaux. And I thought Devereaux was the most beautiful name ever, and I still think it to this day. To the point where I kind of wonder if my husband, when I meet him, his last name would be Devereaux, because I've seen so many beautiful names, so many beautiful last names, but that one just kind of stays with me. It pings in my heart for some reason, and I love it so much, to the point where one of my family members made a joke where I was talking about how I wouldn't give up my last name. At best, it'd be hyphened. It will really depend on who has a cool last name. I have a French last name. My last name is very cool. It has a Z in it, so I'm not giving my last name up willy-nilly. Also, my last name is very uncommon, and I found that every person that has my last name, I'm actually related to. So I definitely wouldn't really want to give up my last name. And then my family member goes, unless the last name is Devereaux, right? And I was cracking up that they even knew that that was one last name I loved so much. And I'm like, actually, Devereaux, I would still hyphen. I would hyphen or keep them together for sure. For sure. What should we name her? All of my girls have a really cool name. What should we name her? She's definitely gonna be a Slytherin. So what are we thinking? Should we play off of Salazar's name? Should we play off of Salazar's name? How about something cool? When I pick names, I always look up something that's a variation of something I stay on a certain, usually like thought process. I forget. I forget what I named her on my Switch, but it's something pretty with an L. I can only remember my Hufflepuff name. Her name is like Liron. That's her name. It's Liron. It's spelled Liron. It means sunshine, I think. It just fit her perfectly. I wonder. What should we name her? What's her vibe? I'm thinking. I feel like it should have a Z, for sure. I feel like it should start with a Z. I do. Give me a second. I always gotta look it up. I have to. Gotta. Even if I can't pronounce them, I still go with that name, and I just learn how to spell it later. Azora is cute. It doesn't start with a Z, but it's pretty. Zola. Zenobia. Zero. That's a Hebrew name. Zero. Related among Israel independence as a Slavic. It's really hard to say that. Slavic. That's how you say it. I got it. Because I'm like, I've heard someone say this Slavic name. Okay. As a Slavic name, it means a goddess of love, life, and fertility. That's pretty. I like it better as a Slavic name. You know? Which it would need this little arrow over the Z. Zivia. We'll name her Zivia. Or should that be more of a name for a Hufflepuff? Because I don't know if I think about fertility when I think of her. Zenor. Zola's an African name. With literary and athletic ties. The strong sister name has found some fans. As for both Eddie Murphy. Really? For their daughter. Zola is also the name of the daughter of the protagonist, Meredith Grey. That's true, I did see that. Zuri is a gender-neutral name of Kishwali origin that is used throughout many parts of Africa, with the lovely meaning good and beautiful. Well, usually, honestly, when it comes to my Slytherin, I play differently. I play as a Slytherin, where it's like, yeah, I'll help you, you know, but I'm gonna have my fun. So I feel like her having a name that means good would be a bit misleading. Susannia. I like Susannia, for sure. Susanna. That means gorgeous in Slavic. Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. For sure. I kid you not, it's something I do for my girls. Sims 2. I feel like giving them names like this in games.
It appears we are almost ready to depart.
So I can name my kids well when I have them in real life.
It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar!
George! Glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatergoers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea! As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I've been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
Probably consider more. That's Victor Rockwood, that man that just disapparated.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
I wish they could want to
You?
inspire names.
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
That is true.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the Ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly. To keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's the glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard? How did you...
Wait! We do.
Hang on! Yeah! Yeah! Jump! The key! Give me your hand!
Poor George. Good thing that driver got out here so fast. I really hope the best ones are okay. I don't know if I'm dead.
Are you alright? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir. If you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Poor George. And that was I forget what the dragon is called. It starts with an H. It was a black heritage dragon or something like that. Her heroine? Something like that.